Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Higher Power Historian and I apply spiritual and philosophical teachings from different traditions to address complex personal and global challenges in just a couple minutes. Today I'm going to talk about inferiority. Do you resonate with any of the following statements? I constantly feel like I have to prove my worth. It's hard for me to not view everything as a competition. I'm surrounded by people appearing to do better than me. I don't feel confident about my skills and contributions. My effort amounts to nothing. I inadvertently compare myself to everyone else. I don't find my life meaningful. I doubt I'm making an impact. I'm never satisfied with myself. At times, I don't know what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. If you find yourself in this headspace almost by default, as soon as the excitement of your latest new thing wears off, it's likely that you'll never arrive by chasing the next confirmation of your worth, but rather via a perspective shift. Today we're going to draw inspiration from the Bhagavad Gita. The Gita is an essential text to Hinduism. Dating at least 2,000 years, it is an epic poem comprised of 700 Sanskrit verses recounting how two clans from the same lineage, the Pandavas and the Kauravas, are forced to wage war when the Kauravas refuse to return the Pandavas' rightful kingdom. Arjun, the great Pandava warrior, is not willing to fight in this brutal war, but Lord Krishna then advises him on the urgency and power of taking right action. There's a lot to be discussed about the Gita, but for today's talk on inferiority, specifically as it relates to everyday actions, we're going to look specifically at chapter 4, verse 24. That verse says, "For those who are completely absorbed in God consciousness, the oblation is Brahman, the ladle with which it is offered is Brahman, the act of offering is Brahman, and the sacrificial fire is also Brahman. Such persons who view everything as God easily attain him." If you lost me on the God thing, try to substitute the word God, because we're expanding the term to really encompass the universe or spirit, destiny, whatever your personal understanding is for whatever's out there. So you can choose that term and substitute it for the word God. So interpret this verse. We can start with the term Brahman. We can think of Brahman as the great universal spirit that contains everyone and everything. Religious rites of offering, they are really performing the actions of the universe. We see this because each element of the rites is revealed to be Brahman, the universe itself. Something that seems trivial, like a ladle, is still equated with the universe if it is used in the right way. Therefore, performing these rites with these elements of the universe is really performing the functions of the universe and enables the doers to unite with God, or in our broader terms, whatever the force is out there that governs the universe. This potential to unite with the universe is described with the term nonduality, the idea that the individual and the divine are not two separate entities, but rather come into union when the right actions are performed by the individual. So we see in the Gita that anything that is here, present in the universe, including us, must share some makeup, some overlap with the fabric of the universe. Then regular people take rightful action, and these actions make regular people a microcosm of the full force and power of the universe. Our daily actions, the listening, the leading, the trying, the teaching, the starting, the restarting, the persevering, the healing, the representing, and the myriad of other things, the actions we have to take in any given moment are what give the universe its full power. Our actions, however seemingly minute or mundane, give the universe its form and keep it moving in the right direction. Whatever is set before you, big, small, exciting, dull, joyful, painful, can be viewed as a signal from the universe relying on your small part to keep us all going. Otherwise, we would have a different universe. I understand this may seem like a huge stretch, but let's remember the verse. When we looked at the elements of the religious rites, we saw that no element, when brought into the greater cause, was more important than any other. The universe was equally present in everything and simultaneously relied on everything for full effect. In our world too, everything relies on everything. A single thought you had, a single shift in attention, a single comment affects something else, which affects something else, which affects something else. You can't see where your initial action ended up. You can't know what needed to happen today and what didn't need to happen today, but what did the universe set before you? Whatever contribution you are being called to give, without your participation, somewhere down the line, the end result would be a universe with less fuel. Taking the action it means to be you today can only grow outwards and outwards. It's easy to say some actions get more attention or are more impressive or important, which is often ill-translated to some people are more valuable than others, but every function, however grand, must rely on an equation of contributions, including yours. We often just can't see it from our point of view. So what counts as action? Even surviving is an important action. Suppose you have severe depression. The actions you need to take might look like talking to others about your feelings, finding therapy or psychiatry, sticking with it, or simply getting out of bed. Even these actions might feel impossible and miserable, but your overall act of survival goes far beyond you. It is evidence that it is possible to live with depression. It is motivation for researchers to work on depression and for providers to treat depression. It is a lesson for everyone to recognize depression. Your every action to survive with depression is part of the universe churning forwards towards a world where everyone can survive with depression. You're doing the universe's work to conquer depression. The universe is you zoomed out, non-duality. So today, when you go out or stay in to do whatever it is you have to do, especially something that seems tedious or futile, I encourage you to ask yourself, how does this act take on a bigger meaning or significance than I currently bestow on it? How does this act cause a shift in me that can cause a shift in something else? Why is it important that I am here right now, persevering in my current moment through my current actions, even if it's not easy? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.